when it comes to food in public, there's a wide usage of laxatives in cafeterias, fast food restaurants and stuff, because they want this stuff to go through you really fast, because the faster it goes through you, the less of a chance that these bugs are going to grow in your intestinal tracts. So it's made to like just burn and turn. Like if you wonder why you got to rush to the bathroom at PF Chang's, or why they have more stalls at PF Chang's than they have tables for people to sit down and eat, that's why they get you running. So hopefully it goes through your system so fast it doesn't colonize your colon. I didn't know this, and like one of our wrestling teammates in undergrad, he worked at the cafeteria, and we'd see him like just it's very naive guys like, hey, what are you doing? It's like, oh, I got to take these jugs to the back of the cafeteria. Like, what is that? He's got like 2 5-gallon jugs. He's like, oh, it's laxatives. And we're like, what? He's like, oh yeah, laxatives. You put it in everything. And we're like, what are you? What? It's just like, oh yes, cafeteria food. You have to have laxatives. If you don't, you're gonna get sick. And I'm like, what the hell? Right there, it's just like, oh my God, this is. He was like, yeah, every restaurant does it. You can go look it up. I looked it up. I was just like, oh my God, this is just like,
that's hilarious.
This is crazy.
So what's going to happen if you're on Ozempic that slows down your system and you're eating cafeteria food?
So you're prone to get diarrhea, not from the laxatives, but because your colon's getting colonized by worse bugs. Cholera's back, baby. Yeah. It's like the number one killer back in 1920 is going to start taking people out. Oh, what was the reason you died? Oh, I fucking shit myself to death. No, seriously.
Well, we went from
burnout, shitting yourself to death. One thing I know about seed oils is if you do cook with them, a lot of them reach a higher temperature. At a similar cooking temperature. Yeah. So that temperature increase is what you want to like really avoid. Yeah. That's part of the downside, because something like, I think it's like baking or cooking in the oven over 420 degrees increases the amount of carcinogens in your food significantly. Yeah. So we used to cook with like grapeseed oil.
Grapeseed oil is like one of the worst.
Yeah, I know. It made some great chicken. I swear, 420 grapeseed oil, like it gave you the crispiest finish and juiciest tender for like 40 minutes. So if you don't care about cancer and stuff,
but like sesame seed oil, I thought you could still cook at high temperature.
I don't know. I wouldn't cook anything over 415.
Yeah, like, I don't anyways, but I thought sesame oil was fine.
Yeah, it's like, Roos, make dinner. I don't want to give anybody no cancer. Yeah. I'm not cooking tonight. But yeah, it supposedly reaches a higher temperature, and that causes that food to have increased carcinogens.
So what are the different seed oils that, like grapeseed comes to mind the most, and I think that's one of the worst out of anything. Just like you shouldn't cook on a high temperature with olive oil.
I just use olive oil.
No, olive oil, you're not... I use mainly avocado oil when I'm cooking. Olive oil goes on my salads and stuff.
What do you rub yourself with?
Niacinamide.
Especially out here in Arizona, you don't want to get that grapeseed oil on your skin. Yeah. It will burn like a hole through your whole arm. Yeah. So have you read anything about specific ingredients in the seed oils?
I've listened to a lot of stuff about it.
What have you heard?
I just stay away from them. And I'm like, all right, olive oil I can't cook with. Avocado oil was fine. Sesame seed oil was fine. Those are mainly 2 oils I'll cook with. But like I sous vide a lot of things, so I can still use my olive oil in that. So because olive oil has much better taste than I don't know. I have so like when you go to the like AJ's and stuff, you have so many choices, and some of the stuff just tastes incredible, and to add that flavor to the foods. But I don't cook at high temperatures with it. I sous vide with it, so it still keeps the flavor, and use it for salad dressings and stuff. The other thing, cook with just butter or ghee over, I'd rather cook with butter because it adds much more flavor than
Specific butter from grass-fed cows.
grass-fed cows, German grass-fed engineered.
Is it German? Seriously?
The one I use is German. Yeah.
Okay. I used to get an
I think
Irish
I get it
one,
from
That's the one I use,
Whole
is the
Foods.
Irish one.
because that was the first one ready.
Whole Foods. Nelson's got a good grass-fed butter too that comes in jars.
So seed oils, they have very high levels of omega-6 fatty acids.
Yeah, which is the inflammatory omegas.
Chronic inflammation, and even like insulin resistance.
Yeah.
So
What are the seed oils? Do they say which seeds?
they have also been linked to increased risk of obesity, heart disease, and diabetes. Some seed oils to avoid include sunflower oil, peanut oil,
Yes, sunflower oil is another one that's really bad.
cottonseed oil,
Yeah.
canola. Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't expect that one. What next? Don't eat
What is
For some
canola
reason,
from, anyways?
sesame seed
canola
oil's
seeds.
not on there. And sesame seed oil, dude, it makes like such good rice.
Does it?
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, I toss it in the boiling water and I boil the rice in that, and it tastes really good.
So stay away from seed oils. They're pretty much bad.
Well, especially
I
to
didn't
cook
even know
with.
that. Yeah, I didn't know until I was here. So
Yeah, I was one till I just brush aside the whole chronic inflammation thing, because it's just like, okay, whatever. But it's definitely a thing, and it catches
As you
up
get
to you.
older, you find
I
your
think it catches up to you, like especially in your 40s.
Yeah.
Like your body, like it's just not as resilient. So
Yeah.
like you have the symptoms, like
You feel
like,
it.
You feel it. Like unlike like 20s, 30s, you can
Yeah.
just kind of like plow through whatever.
Yeah.
In your 40s, it's like just built up so much, and your body becomes
Yeah, like
so
you go to
sensitive.
dinner and you're like,
Yeah.
it's like 6 hours and it feels like it's still in your throat.
Yeah,